Hey everyone, Charting Man Dan from ChartGuys.com. You know, behind every single video that we put out every single day, there's a wonderful community of traders that we want to invite you to be a part of. Try the free 7-day trial and gain access to our live market broadcasts every morning and afternoon, interact with hundreds of like-minded traders, or take part in one of our dedicated chat rooms, each led by an analyst that's there to answer your questions in real time. Our trial is risk-free with absolutely no commitment or credit card required to experience the TCG community. For those looking for a head start in technical analysis, check out our entries and exits course in the link below in the description. Get up to speed with the fundamentals of TCG technical analysis and experience over 5 hours of great community-driven trading education. Hello everyone, checking in on the market rundown, SPY, IWM, and QQQ heading into Monday, April 24th. So SPY had a red day. It looks like a lot of volume here, and it was high volume, but have to keep in mind that over 10% of that volume came after hours. So definitely a lot of volume during the trading day, but a little bit deceiving just as you would look at this candlestick and say, oh man, we had a ton of bear volume. But you look at the shorter term time frames and zoom in, we had one 5-minute candlestick after hours, had 4 million volume, and just a lot of action after hours with volume. So definitely worth keeping an eye on. But what we're seeing is an inside bar on the daily time frame compared to Thursday. And we've seen this time and time again where we have this past week just a bull day and then an inside bar, and then we watch for the follow-through. So a bull day, an inside bar, and we're going to watch for this follow-through on Monday. A break of 235.31 is bullish, and a break of 234.13 is bearish. And this past week, we watched this 234 psychological level come into play time and time again. It was tough resistance, then it's acting as support. And what I'm watching is the hourly 100 period moving average, which as we ended the day on Friday, that was 234.09, just above that support level. And it held the low of Thursday, bounced off that 100 period hourly support, held the low of Friday, we bounced just above it, and then after hours, we bounced off of it as well. So I will be watching that hourly 100 period moving average as we head into this coming week. We do have some potential here on Sunday night for some action as we watch the French elections that are currently going to be ongoing, and a lot of people anticipating that might have some reaction in the market. We'll have to see how that plays out tonight. But looking at SPY on the weekly time frame, we can see that we are, this is bullish consolidation over the past couple of months. After the big bull move that we saw since the election, there's no red flags in the long-term trend as of right now. It's going to require losing the middle Bollinger Band. Just like on the daily time frame, we were bullish until we lose the daily middle Bollinger Band. We lost it. That shifted our perspective, and since then we've been forming a tightening range. So here on the weekly time frame, same thing with this middle Bollinger Band. If we lose it, we will shift our perspective and give the bears a bit more credit. But as of right now, this is certainly very healthy consolidation considering where we came from. The daily time frame still has work to do. We've got this downtrend resistance line that I've been showing, and that's a key resistance level that I'm going to be watching this coming week. You can see we rejected just below it at the high of this week. And we have a higher low, lower high pattern right now where we're looking at the low of this consolidation, the high of the bounce, which was still a lower high, a higher low formed, and now we're right in the middle of that range. So a tightening range on the daily time frame. You can see the daily Bollinger Bands reflecting that, and we will see how Monday goes with this inside bar. IWM on the daily time frame, also an inside bar with a doji of indecision. And we're watching after a bullish break where we did get a key break of a little bit of a double top that we had. That was at just under 137. So a bull break to the upside. Now we're consolidating a bit. Doji of indecision. If we break 136.71, we'll be looking to pull back and test these moving average supports. The 50-day, the 100-day, and the middle Bollinger Band are all in the upper 135s to 136s, upper 136s. And if we get a bull break of 137.55, next resistance is 138.17. And these resistances are very clearly outlined where we have these rejections from the bears with the bulls trying to continue to the upside. Every time that occurred, that's a new resistance level to be watching. Weekly time frame for IWM, bullish candlestick on an increase in volume, keeping in mind that last week was a shortened holiday week with one less trading day. But it's watching the bulls here. We need to see another green week in a row because we have not seen 2 green weeks in a row since back in mid-February. So at this point, it's been over 2 months without 2 green weeks in a row. So the bulls need that follow-through and momentum. You can see the Bollinger Bands on the weekly chart here are extremely tight, and they're going to be getting even tighter here over this coming week. So need to see a green week for follow-through, and we're not too far off from that all-time high. We've got just a couple of resistances in the low 138s, and then we're looking up at 140.46 as that all-time high. Weekly time frame for QQQ, inside bar as well. So there's a lot of inside bars showing these tightening ranges, and Monday is definitely going to be a break of those patterns, most likely I should say. So we have the low of 132.22 and the high of 132.76. If we get a bull break, again, we're not too far off from the all-time high. We're looking at 132.88 and 133.48. And if we get a bear break, the bulls are just trying to look to form a higher low compared to 130.38 to keep this daily higher low pattern intact. And QQQ is the only name right now out of the three that does have a clear higher low pattern still intact on the daily time frame. So we'll see how Sunday night goes here. The weekly time frame for QQQ, very strong, on the verge of a bearish MACD cross, but the bulls holding it off by regaining these exponential moving averages. And same here, certainly very healthy consolidation considering where we came from. It's almost like we're trading sideways, which is exactly what the bulls will take. And they would much rather have sideways consolidation than a pullback, as it's still building a base of support. Bulls are cooling off and looking for continuation to the upside. A lot of earnings this week. We've got Amazon, Google, CMG. So we'll see how it all plays out, and we'll keep checking in, and I'll see you on Monday.